Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, let's get you started here on your Tuesday. We've got some cool temperatures out there across the north where we're in the 30s and 40s out there. But notice as you get down towards southwest Utah, we've got those temperatures starting off into the mid-60s, so fairly mild to kick off the day. Either way, we're going to end up on the mild side across most of the state as we go throughout this afternoon. We're looking at highs upper 60s to near 70 in the Cache Valley. We're looking at those highs around 70 over towards Vernal, 77 in Moab, low 70s for the West Desert. We're looking at temperatures in the mid-70s along the Wasatch Front. And notice the low to mid-80s expected down towards southwest Utah. So as we look at the numbers in some of your hometowns, 72 degrees in Brigham City, 73 in Ogden, 71 in Dugway, about 72 degrees expected in Spanish Fork today, about 73 in East Carbon, 75 in Castledale, 76 in Green River, and 71 degrees in the Richfield area. A little farther south, we're looking at about 69 in Beaver, 73 degrees for our friends in Milford, and 84 degrees is expected in St. George. So as we look at the weather map, overall, we've got this southwesterly flow. That is a warm flow out there across the area as high pressure continues to slide to the east. Now, with that being said, it's also helping to pull up a little bit of moisture. And so we're seeing those clouds increasing and even a couple of radar echoes down towards southwest Utah. Now, I don't think any of that is hitting the ground right now as we've got some dry air at the surface, but as we go into this afternoon, we may juice things up enough to squeeze out an isolated downpour, maybe even an isolated rumble of thunder across areas along and south of the I-70 corridor this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, as we look at the big picture, here's the cold front off to the north and west. Here's the low pressure off to the south and west. And these two systems are actually going to come together as they move towards the Beehive State, producing one strong storm for us as we get towards the end of the work week. So high pressure bringing us the warm weather across the region for now. That begins to shift to the south and east. We still have that southwesterly flow in effect across the area on Wednesday. So I still think it's one final warm day, and then we'll see these two systems merging together by the time we get towards your Thursday. This is Thursday morning. The colder air is coming south. We've got the unsettled conditions across the southwest, and we get one big storm that begins to develop here as we get towards your Friday morning, bringing us the colder and unsettled weather conditions that will continue into the first half of the weekend. So clouds, a couple of isolated showers this morning, but most of that not hitting the ground. This afternoon, though, I do think there's a better chance of a few isolated rumbles, especially along the I-70 corridor. And then as we go into your evening time hours, that dissipates, but then it reforms as we go to the north. As we get into your Wednesday afternoon, a little better chance of those isolated showers and rumbles, and then a better chance of rain across the north as we get into your Wednesday night into Thursday morning. As the actual front begins to move in, the potential of some heavy rain in the valleys and the potential of some heavy mountain snow developing as we go into your early Thursday morning across our mountains across the north. So definitely an interesting system that could be off and on as we go throughout your Thursday, continuing to produce precipitation chances. The chance for precipitation today, not that high, mainly along and south of I-70, as I mentioned, a chance of a couple of isolated showers and rumbles. That chance will increase a little further to the north across central and northern sections of the state as they go into your Wednesday ahead of that cold front as it moves in. But as that cold front and low pressure kind of comes together over the state by Thursday, that's going to be our highest chance of seeing some precipitation across the area. Really, everyone has a decent chance of seeing precipitation Thursday into Friday. When all is said and done, about a quarter to an inch of liquid precipitation out of this storm. So a fairly decent storm, but you combine that with some cold air that's going to be coming in. And yeah, it looks like our mountains are going to do pretty well with some decent snowfall total potential here. Still early on, but again, looks like we could see several inches of snow for our mountain locations. All right, St. George, mid-80s with isolated showers today. It will be in the mid-80s again for your Wednesday, but then we'll introduce those rain chances Thursday into Friday, along with some cooler temperatures. Easter Sunday right now looking pretty dry. The Wasatch Front, 70s, give way to 50s, maybe even, again, a few snowflakes down to the valley floors by early Friday morning. Either way, definitely cooler and wetter conditions for the end of the week.